welcome to Metro Scene. I'm your host, Grace Aguilar. We have the pleasure of talking to the president of Global Source Fashion, of course, Livia Yip. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, good. Do you like the show?
Of course. Has been such an amazing 3 days for Manila International Magazine and Manila TV Entertainment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Actually, I couldn't welcome you guys more because all your presence actually made the show more vibrant, and we got interviews and we get to touch more people and tell more people about our show. So thank you very much for coming.
So I hear that there are 2,500 booths within these halls, and you have 1 to 11.
I have we call it 5, 7, 9, and 11 is my halls.
Okay.
And the other 2 big halls are lifestyle products, which is, kind of now, a lot of crossover between lifestyle and fashion. So I think this is a very good mix for buyers and for, all the visitors who come this way to Asia to make the most out of their trip.
So within a year, every year that you hold this event, you hold it every April and October, I believe.
True. Every April and October from 27 to 30th, 4 days.
And you have other participating countries as well.
Oh, yes, we do. We have, apart from mainland China, which is a big part of our show, we also have people from Vietnam, India, Philippines, of course, and also Indonesia, Bangladesh, kind of is quite well representing all the, what you call, manufacturing hubs of the world. Yeah.
What does it take to organize and come up with all these events during the year?
Lots of work and hard work. So we have a big sales team in China and also worldwide. We have agents supporting us. We have organizations and associations, related to apparel, textile, and fashion, right, to support us. And we have a internal team, right, to do the visitor marketing, supplier marketing, and all that, right? So it's a hard work of a lot of people and kind of make it come true.
So you prepare this maybe 6 months prior to the event date?
We plan quite a bit ahead, right? But then the real execution is every 6 months we have to do a show, right? So Global Sources, apart from trade show, we also have online. That online, it goes 365 days, right? So our people not only, so what we call that we offer O2O service, online and offline, and kind of the online and offline kind of complementing each other, because show is 4 days. So what do you do after 4 days? If you are a manufacturer, if you want to get more business, this is what we do.
So how do these retailers or organizers or companies that come to want to join your event, how do they go about to communicating with you and wanting to hold a booth in each of these halls?
So we have salespeople, right? And basically they have assigned accounts and they can kind of tell people what does it take, right, to be part of this event. We also get a lot of government support, Vietnam government, India government, China government, Bangladesh government, right? They are trying to help their manufacturers step out of the country and try to get international orders, right? So this is kind of, I would say, private and government joint effort to make it happen. Yeah.
So everything is held just here in Hong Kong. Have you ever considered having a trade show in other countries?
Yes, we do. We actually, a few years ago, right, we do have trade show in South Africa, in Brazil, in Miami, in Dubai, right? So, however, we think that Hong Kong is still the place to last for longer, right? But not that we won't do it again in the other places, but Hong Kong is our permanent home to a certain extent, right? Reason being that Hong Kong being so metropolitan, and you have a very good mix of skills and venue, right? So we want to do well here, and then try to replicate in other parts of the world if we can, and trying to find partners to work with us, because having this in another country or another region is going to be very different, right? You need a very good partner to go with you, especially the visitor marketing part.
So what is the actual goal of Global Sources Fashion?
Well, our goal is complicated, but then I try to make it. So we try to take care of everybody in this ecosystem of fashion. There will be students, there will be entrepreneurs, there will be designers, there will be factories, there will be traders and buyers, right? All brands and all that, right? So we try to kind of build this platform that people can communicate, they can exchange ideas, they can work together. For example, fashion technology, right? So we have so many fashion manufacturers who doesn't understand a thing about electric circle, right? But we do have another trade show, which is earlier this month, right? That we have all electronic products. We have all kind of electric people, electronic people who understand that. But then, wearables, right? They make wearables. But the wearables are not that wearable, not that pretty, right? So you want to have wearables which is really wearable, comfortable, and at the same time with the function, right? And also look pretty. Then this is something I really think that the collaboration between these technical people who are very good at feature function and electric circuits, and also work with us as designers or as fashion people who know how to make clothing, how to make things look nice. I think this is a very good place to be, and meeting face to face.
Well, so far it's been such an amazing 3 days, as I've told you earlier, and it's been very inspiring. Met a lot of people through all these business meetings, the match meetings, and would you like to expound more about that?
So we you guys been here for 3 days. I just try to recap what I did in the last 3 days. So on the first day, basically people were just getting set up, and what we did was we tried to help our exhibitors, right? Try to pick. So we actually hired stylists to help them at their booth to pick out the more fashionable, more trendy, more attractive pieces to buyer, right? To actually display it in a way that it will be attract people to their booth, right? Because some of the factories, they are so used to work on projects, but they are not designers. And although we send them materials to help them to identify good pieces that they should display, but then sometimes they have difficulty to pick out.
Yes.
So, for example, on the first day, we will send people in and try to help them out, right? And they appreciate it, right? And also, I make my show looks better, right, for buyers and all that. So that's day one. Day two, yesterday, we have, for example, a designer event, right? So, we have very great speech, great sharing, great advice for designers who want to get into not just design, right? Not just being artsy, not just being pretty, but at the same time they want to do business, right? What does it take? What kind of help can they get and all that? And also we have 2 fashion parade or runway show, right? One is from student purely to start. Right? So you can see that, their design is less practical, but more creative, right? And then at the end, after all the speakers, then we have another show, which is actually the commercialized designer designs. So you can see that, commercialized means that they're more down to earth, beautiful, take care of all the details, right? The sleeves and all that. So I think this is another example, right? That you actually having different group of people inspiring each other and sharing, what they can, right? So today, for example, we're gonna have Fashion Go Tech, which is, I try to put the boring people who knows, all these electric circuits and all that, with the vibrant people or the fashion, pretty things, right? So try to put them together. It will start at like 4 p.m. this afternoon, right? And then we're gonna have networking. Of course, always end up with parties. So that's show, right? So tomorrow will be a little bit quieter because people will, after noontime, people will start packing and all that, right? So wrap up orders and, samples and all that. So it's, every time is like this, right? But then we try to pack in different content to it.
Well, we're looking forward to the Fashion Tech later on.
Yep.
And of course, the last day tomorrow.
Yep.
But would you like to invite for the upcoming event again in October?
Sure. So in October, we will, I try to say we'll do it better, even better. It will be in October from 27th of October to 30th. We welcome the world to join us and, this is your platform, come and join us, come and share, what you can share, come and communicate what you can communicate, right? So it's going to be another great event. I'm really looking forward, not to the end of this, but to the start of another one. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, thank you
so much,
Livia, for your time and for graciously having us be a part of this amazing event.
Well, tell me you're going to come back in October.
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
you do? Yes, that's good. That's all I need.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for watching Metro Scene. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.